Welcome back to the training Creating a Trauma-Informed Library. We're still in Module 3, Trauma-Informed Principles. This is Lesson 8, Understanding Stages and Impact. There is no back to normal after trauma because the concept of what is normal has been broken. There is only remaining in a state of impairment or returning to a level of functioning where you can exist without problem. Resilience is when someone is able to heal from traumas. While the person may be forever changed, they are able to function without problem in the world. Post-traumatic growth occurs when people not only heal from their traumas, but they learn from their experiences and make positive, meaningful changes because of them. Post-traumatic growth may never occur, or it may come years after a traumatic event. Protective factors are what allows someone to heal from trauma. Protective factors can include social supports like friends and family, community supports like schools and religious institutions, or internal factors like religious views or good mental health. Libraries can contribute to being a protective factor for someone. The word victim can be disempowering for many, as it implies that something happened to someone and they did not do anything and can never move forward from that event. It is a very passive word. Many people associate victim with those who were not able to make it through an event alive. There are some who use that word to describe themselves, however, and you should always defer to how a person describes themselves. Most people who live through trauma prefer to be referred to as survivors. Survivor not only means they lived through the traumatic events, but they were able to do something about it. Even if they couldn't do anything about the trauma as it was happening, they have moved forward in the world since then. Of course, just like with victim, defer to how a person refers to themselves. If they do not refer to themselves as a survivor, do not force that label onto them. Just as with victim and survivor, it is important to respect other personal identity markers someone may have. This could potentially include their pronouns, their gender, their ethnicity, their ability or disability status, their sexuality, or any other identity they hold. Not using someone's preferred identity marker can be re-traumatizing and undermine their feeling of safety with you. Likewise, using we when you are referring to your own thoughts, opinions, and experiences can also be re-traumatizing, invalidating, undermine feelings of safety, or disempower people. Try to refrain from using we. Instead, stick to I and allow the other person or people you are with to explain their experiences too. If you have discussed your experiences ahead of time and are in a space where all parties feel comfortable to express themselves, that rule can be bent to a degree. Additionally, using I statements to discuss impacts is critical to maintaining trust and safety. Like, I felt upset when fill in the blank happened earlier. You will mess up with these vocabulary shifts or something else important at some point in your life and accidentally hurt someone. Knowing how to apologize can make the difference between maintaining or strengthening a relationship and breaking a relationship because of undermined trust and safety. There are 3 main steps to take when apologizing. First, acknowledge your mistake. Then, if applicable, thank the person for bringing it to your attention. Finally, change your behavior. It's really that simple. However, there are some important things to make sure you keep out of an apology. Do not try to explain why you did something. Ultimately, intent doesn't really matter nearly as much as impact. Also, don't lessen your apology by using buts or ifs, like, I'm sorry, but I was tired, or I'm sorry if I made you upset. Lastly, make a concerted effort to actually change your behavior. Of course, behavior change does not happen overnight, but making that effort to change and improve shows how serious you are about your apology. We've come to the end of this lesson. Follow the resources and additional learning for any topic that you might want to learn more about. Otherwise, I will see you next lesson.